Parmarth Niketan. Today in our yoga practice, we'll be focusing on allowing the breath to flow more freely into the heart space. And when we speak of the heart in this context, it's not so much just thinking of the physical organ of the heart, but really thinking about this entire space, the center of the chest. And it's the seat of compassion. It's where a lot of our awareness resides, where we hold a lot of emotions. And moving from this place helps us to move through the world more gracefully, with kindness and compassion. So start by finding a comfortable way to sit. It could be sitting cross-legged or any other way. Sitting bones drop down and back. And then lift up through the crown of the head. So you feel the spine become spacious. And now take a deep inhalation. And a long, smooth exhalation. Now keeping the eyes closed, just begin to notice your breath. Feel it as the breath moves in and out. The steady river flowing through the body, flowing through awareness. Giving you life. Take these first few moments simply sitting and breathing without trying to manipulate or control anything. Let yourself fully arrive in your body, however you find yourself today. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. And we'll chant the sound Om 3 times together. And as we chant, feel as it resonates, vibrates through the internal cavity of the body. Draw a deep breath in. And release the hands, open the eyes. And now we'll practice a pranayama technique that is a version of something called viloma, or where we break the breath into different stages, into a 3-part, full, complete yogic breath. So first we'll do each stage on its own and then combine them for the full breath. So start by bringing one hand onto your belly. And now, as you breathe in, let the belly expand so the belly is soft and you're breathing way down into the lungs. And as you exhale, the belly draws back in towards the spine. So again, inhale, feel the belly expand as the diaphragm presses down. And as you exhale, the belly draws back in. A few more here. Just breathing deep down into the body. Now, bring the hands onto the outside of the ribs. This time you'll keep the belly gently drawn in, and you'll fill just this middle portion of the lungs, so the ribs will expand in every direction. So inhale, feel the ribs expand. And as you exhale, they soften. Take a few breaths here, breathing into this middle part of the chest. Now, for the top part of the breath, you'll keep the belly drawn in, keeping the ribs in, and it'll be a very shallow breath into just the upper portion of the lungs. So bring the fingertips to the upper chest, just underneath the collarbones. And as you inhale, breathe into just this top portion of the lungs. So the upper chest gently rises. And as you exhale, it softens down. And then release the hands. Now we'll combine those three parts of the breath to find more fullness moving through the entire spectrum of the breath. So first it will be inhaling to fill the belly, then the ribs expand, and then all the way to the top, filling the upper chest. And then the upper chest will lower to exhale, ribs draw in, belly draws in at the bottom. So if you want, you can bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the ribs to help feel this more through the body. Here we go. Exhale completely. Now inhale, first fill the belly. Then fill the ribs. All the way into the upper chest. Full breath. And now exhale from top down. Upper chest lowers. Ribs draw in. Belly draws in at the bottom. Again, inhale, belly, ribs, upper chest. Exhale, upper chest, ribs, belly. Keep going at your own pace. After you finish your next exhalation, release the technique. Let the breath return to a normal rhythm. And simply observe the breath. Notice any effects. Sitting quietly. And now open the eyes and make your way to a standing position. Stand with the feet together, big toes touching, heels an inch or two apart. Spread the toes on the ground so that you feel very grounded, rooted. Then as the feet press down into the earth, now feel a sense of lifting up through the center of the body, lifting all the way up through the crown of the head. Shoulders slightly back so the heart can float. Sitting bones dropping, the whole body stacked vertically. On your next inhalation, lift the arms overhead. Get long through the sides of the waist, reaching towards the sky. And as you exhale, float the arms back down, lift through the crown of the head. Again like that. Inhale, arms float. Reaching out. Exhale, back to center. A few more times like this, moving with the breath. Now inhale, arms rise. This time as you exhale, dive forward. Open through the heart, dive all the way down, then round at the bottom. Inhale, unroll the spine, lengthen, lift halfway. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, rise all the way up, pressing into the feet, reaching tall. And exhale, back to where you started, like you're diving upwards. Again, inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, back to center, samastitihi, equal standing. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, dive. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, growing tall. Exhale, back to where you started. Twice more like this. Full breath coursing through the body. Movement and breath guiding each other. When you finish your next one, stand tall. Either close the eyes or find a soft gaze. Bring the awareness inwards. Feel your breath. Feel your heartbeats. Feel the body fully alive, fully awake. Now open the eyes And take a big step to face the side of the mat. And now turn your right toes towards the back, left toes slightly in, arms to a T, setting up for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Inhale, expand the chest. And as you exhale, reach out over the right leg. Right hand can come to the shin or the ground. Left arm goes straight up. And turn to look up at the left thumb. Steady, deep, rhythmic breaths here. Opening around the heart. And turn to look down. On an inhalation, stand all the way up, strong through the legs. And now exhale, second side. Left toes out, right toes in. Reach out over the left leg. Then left hand down. Right arm up. Gaze up to the right thumb with both eyes. Steady breath here. Every inhalation, expand around the heart. And as you exhale, draw the belly in. Gently roll the chest open, rolling up towards the sky. And turn to look down at the front foot. Inhale, rise all the way up, heavy tailbone. And now release the arms. Turn the feet to the right again. This time turn your chest to face the right. So right toes pointing back, left toes slightly in, right hand to the hip. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Get very long through the left side of the body. And as you exhale, reach forward, 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 and then across to place the left hand outside the right foot if possible. If that's too intense, bring it inside, or you can place it up onto a block or something that you have at home. Now roll the chest towards the right. Turn to look up. And finally extend the right arm up. Parivrtta Trikonasana, the revolved triangle. So even here in this twisted shape, send the inhalations into the center of the heart. And as you exhale, draw the belly in. Roll open. Turn to look down at the front foot. Now inhale, stand all the way up, opening the arms. And turn to the second side. So left toes forward, right toes in. Left hand to the hip, reaching up through the right arm. Inhale here. And now exhale, reach forward, forward, forward with a long spine. And now place the right hand either outside the foot or inside or up onto some prop. Draw the left hip back as you roll the ribs towards the left. Turn to gaze up if that's okay on the neck. And then extend the left arm up. Steady breath, steady focus. Breathing into the space of the heart, wringing yourself out from the inside. Turn to look down. Inhale, stand all the way up. Release the hands. And now turn both feet parallel, so they're facing the side of your mat. Hands to the hips. Inhale, lift through the chest. Then exhale, fold halfway down. Release the hands to the floor if you can reach, or place them up onto something, or you can bend the knees. Inhale to lengthen the spine here. And exhale, fold all the way in. Crown of the head dropping heavily towards the floor. Sitting bones floating upward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hands to the hips. Now with strong legs and drawing the belly in, inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale here, rooting into the feet. Inhale, spread the arms, broad across the chest. Now exhale, hands behind the low back, interlace your fingers. And as you inhale, send the hands down, open across the chest. Now exhale, fold forward again. Hands come up off the back and fall overhead. Opening the front of the chest. Let the breath move freely and fully. Inhalation, stand all the way up with strong legs. And exhale, release the hands. And step to the top of your mat. Feet together, back to center, equal standing. Pause for a few breaths here. Close the eyes, bring the awareness inward. Just notice any sensations. Whatever you experience. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, dive forward, bright heart shining outward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Now bend the knees, sit the hips low, keep the knees bent. Inhale, lift the upper body, reaching tall, Utkatasana. Really reaching out from the heart as if you're offering it with your hands. Sitting bones dropping down and back, belly drawing in. Steady breath. Deep inhalation. Then exhale, release. Fold forward over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale to fold. And now bend the knees as much as you need to bring the hands to the floor. And as you inhale, lift the heels off the mat. And now keep the heels lifted, squeeze the knees, bend your knees, sink your hips towards the heels so that you come into a little ball. Round the back, forehead towards the knees, spread the space between the shoulder blades, really puff. And now knees and thighs parallel to the ground. Lift the hands to heart center. And balance here on your toes. Noticing all the little fluctuations. Steady gaze, steady focus. Then release the hands to the floor. Inhale, lift the hips high. And then step back, lower onto your knees, and then come all the way down onto the belly. Flip the tops of the feet to the floor, forehead to the mat, hands alongside the chest. Inhale, lift into Cobra Pose, Bhujangasana. Shoulders back, chest reaching forward. Exhale, lower down. Again like that. Inhale to rise. Exhale, lower. One more. And now bring the hands back alongside the hips. Back of the hands pressing down into the mat, palms face up. Draw the shoulders onto the back, belly pulling in. And now as you inhale, lift the upper body and lift the legs into Shavasana, the locust posture. Press back through the feet, reach the chest forward, belly drawing in to make the whole thing very long. Steady breath. Now stay lifted, move the hands so they come outside the chest. Press into the hands to lift a little higher. Stay with it, steady breath, steady focus. And then exhale, lower down. Release the hands along the sides. Turn the head to one side. Let the entire body soften against the ground. And now turn the head to the other side. Feeling the support under the heart, and feeling the way the breath presses the heart into the ground with every breath. A simultaneous sense of heaviness and lightness intertwining. Bring the head back through center. And now bend your knees, reach back, catch the outside of the ankles. Then pause here to just stretch the knees back as you pull the heels in towards the hips, flexing the feet, stretching the front of the thighs. Now on an inhalation, kick back into the hands for Dhanurasana, the bow pose. Feet driving upwards, chest reaching forward. Belly drawing in, shoulders back, spreading the front of the body. Steady breath. Inhale, lift a little higher. And then exhale, release. Lower down, release the feet. Then gently flop the shins side to side to release tension through the low back and sacrum. Then lower the shins. Press your hips back to your heels for child's pose, Balasana. Let the forehead rest down, hips heavy. Let the belly and the heart be soft. And feel the breath expand into the back space of the heart, opening wings. Now walk the hands in towards the knees. Roll up to a kneeling position. And now from this kneeling position, just shift the hips over to the right. Tuck the left heel in towards your sitting bones and bring the right foot inside the left thigh. Setting up for Bhardwaj Asana. Inhale, arms overhead. And as you exhale, twist to the right, gazing over the right shoulder. If possible, wrap the right arm around the back, reaching for the left thigh. Then you can either keep the left hand outside the right thigh, or to stretch the wrist, turn the fingers so that they insert underneath the right leg. And now pull back away from that hand as you lift the chest, lift the crown of the head, and turn to gaze over the right shoulder again. Every inhale, lift through the heart. Exhales, draw the belly in, roll the right shoulder back, twist a little deeper. steady breath. Now turn to look over the left shoulder, and then drop the left ear towards the left shoulder, gazing out the left corner of the eye to stretch the right side of the neck and shoulder. And lift the head, and release the arms. Shift back onto your knees. Hands to the thighs, palms face up. Let the heart float. Close the eyes. Pause for a few breaths here. Then open the eyes. And second side. So shift the hips off to the left. Right leg stays tucked in. Then bring the left foot inside the right thigh. Sitting bones dropping heavy, but that right sitting bone might be floating up off the ground. Probably will be. Inhale, arms overhead. And exhale, twist to the left, Bhardwaj Asana. If possible, reach the left arm around the back, reaching for the right thigh. Then either keep the right hand to the outside of the thigh, or for the wrist stretch, turn the fingers so they come underneath the leg, pressing down into the heel of the hand. And now as you inhale, lift the chest, and turn to gaze over the left shoulder. Steady, full rhythmic breaths here. Turn to gaze over the right shoulder, and then drop the right ear towards that shoulder, gazing out the corner of the right eye to stretch the left side of the neck. Lift the head back through center, and release the twist. And now bring both legs out in front to sit in Dhanurasana, the staff pose. Sitting tall. Sitting bones rooting down, hands alongside the hips. And cross the right leg over the top of the left, so the sole of the foot comes to the floor. Now either stay here with the left leg extended, or if possible, bend the left leg, draw it back towards the right hip. But if that pitches you too much off to the side, better to keep that leg straight. Now right hand behind the back, setting up for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Inhale, left arm to the sky, get tall. And as you exhale, round the back, twist across, anchor the left elbow outside the thigh, hand pointing up, and turn to look over the right shoulder. Again, using the breath here. Every inhalation, let the heart float. Exhales, draw the belly in, ease into the twist. Turn to look over the left shoulder and release the twist. Unfold the legs. Back to center, sitting tall. Now second side, cross the left leg over, sole of the foot to the floor. Either stay here with the right leg extended, or bend the right knee. Sitting bones dropping downward, left hand behind the back. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And as you exhale, round the back so you can curl across, get the elbow way outside the leg. And now inhale, floating upward through the crown of the head, heart floats. And turn to gaze over the left shoulder. Every breath, easing into it. Inhales for space. Exhales, gently deepen. turn to look over the right shoulder and release the twist. Unfold the legs and again sit in Dhanurasana, chest lifted. Now from here, simply bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together with the knees out wide in a very large diamond shape, Dhanurasana. Sit tall here, and now begin to fold forward. You can walk the hands forward, staying up on the fingertips. Inhale, reach the chest out. And now exhale, let yourself soften in. Letting the heart melt down into that space. Folding into yourself, lengthening the back of the body. And on every exhalation, see if you can soften a little bit more here. Letting the breath help release these deep-seated patterns of tension. Patterns of holding. The things we don't need to be carrying around. Let the breath dissipate all that. Inhale, back away, lifting the heart. And as you exhale, sit all the way up. Use the hands to draw the legs together. And now sit in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Bring the hands behind the back, grab opposite wrists. Inhale, lift the chest. And as you exhale, fold forward over the legs. Forehead coming down towards the floor. Steady breath here. Breathing into the heart, the seat of compassion. Center of awareness. Follow the next breath all the way out. Pause in the empty. And when you're ready to inhale, let the inhale bring you back up. And release the hands. Bring the hands to the knees, back of the hands down. Thumb and first finger together in Jnana Mudra. Lift through the crown of the head. Then drop the chin slightly towards the chest. Close the eyes. As you inhale, feel the heart float up towards the chin. As you exhale, keep the heart lifted. Draw the belly in and up, feeding into the heart from below. Shoulders back so the heart shines. Every inhalation moving down into the heart. And every exhalation drawing up from the center of the pelvis into the heart. Condensing it all there, expanding. Follow the next breath all the way out. And then inhale, lift the head, soften the form. And now lie down onto your back for the final posture, Shavasana. Let the arms and legs extend long. Legs roll gently outwards. Arms rest with the palms face up. And now lift your chest just a little so that you can move the shoulder blades towards each other on the back. And then soften down again so the front of the heart is nice and open to the sky. And as you settle in here, feel the ground underneath you. That steady, loving support. And feel the air on your skin, the space above you, infinite sky overhead. Now draw a deep inhalation into the center of the heart. And as you exhale, let the breath carry any lingering tension down through the legs, draining out the soles of the feet, down through the arms, draining through the palms of the hands. And now take another deep inhalation into the center of the heart. And this time as you exhale, feel the breath move from the heart up and out through the crown of the head. And then release any technique. Release any control on the breath. Let yourself simply rest. Floating in awareness, fully alive. Begin to deepen the breath again. And start little movements in fingertips and tips of the toes. Inhale, both arms overhead. Draw the legs together. Stretch long through the center of the body. Then slowly bend the knees. And roll to one side. Just pause on your side, supporting the head with the arm. And as you're ready, press your way back up to a comfortable seat. Same as we started, sitting bones dropping down and back. Lift up through the crown of the head, shoulders back so the heart space is open. Close the eyes. Take a few deep breaths here, breathing into that space of the heart, a seat of compassion, into whatever space you've made for yourself. Draw the hands together in front of the heart. And we send the practice out into the world, not keeping it for ourselves, but sharing the benefits with all beings, especially those who need to be helped up or given opportunities to rise. So we'll chant Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Om Peace Peace Peace. Draw the breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. That's it. Thank you so much for practicing.